Well, surprise, surprise. What it do, snackers, snackettes, and snack X's? It's your boy Gage. Sin's here, Jokes is here. And as you can see to our side, it's about to be another state of play. React Live. We got some things to talk about, I think. I guess we'll know shortly, won't we?
Think so.
What are your expectations, Jokes?
Honestly, I feel like this one is going to be. I think maybe we'll see two things maybe we didn't know about, but I feel like a lot of this is going to be a lot of things rehashed that we've already saw so far. So maybe I think we'll see something new for PlayStation VR, obviously, since we know they're going to be talking about that. So at least one or two titles for VR and one title on PS5 that we haven't heard about.
Are you where are you on the VR camp?
I want to jump in. I didn't get the first VR at least PlayStation's VR headset, because I knew of all the extra wires and all that good stuff. That just wasn't going to work. But I do want to experience it. I want to have it to at least be able to talk a little bit better about it. So there's a chance that I may do the investment for PSVR 2 when it comes out.
Okay.
Sin?
As far as state of play, I'm expecting a God of War date at least. I do agree they'll drop something new for PlayStation VR. PlayStation 4, I'm not sure what they plan on announcing for that, to be honest. But I agree. We'll get something. We'll get something new as far as we might get some new Forsaken, something they'll show, a new trailer or something like that. But I this was so last minute. I'm kind of up in the air as far as what to expect.
I mean, according to the blog, it says expected to be about 20 minutes of reveals, new updates, and fresh gameplay footage for 10 games coming to PS5, PS4, and PSVR 2. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I tune out when it comes to the VR stuff. I don't know what happened. There was a time when I was a little excited about it, but I think I've kind of it's
kind of mellowed out on it.
The wave I feel like is over. It's not to say it's not still a thing. I just think that I don't necessarily feel like exciting things are still happening in VR. Doesn't mean there aren't great experiences or something like that. I just don't know whether or not, it's easier for me to decide that the experiences that are available on a console are worth the price of entry, the cost of the console, versus the cost of a VR headset, which arguably isn't that bad now, depending on what you get. But I'm feeling like PlayStation VR 2 is probably going to be somewhere in the $500 realm.
Yep,
I agree with that.
Yep.
And I'm gonna be honest, I think that's stupid. I don't think it means that people won't get it. But I think that when it's already as difficult as it is to get PlayStation 5s, if you put out a VR headset, it was different with PlayStation 4 putting out a VR headset because you just had the saturation was there. You know what I mean? So many people had PS4s that putting out a PSVR, it made sense. The games that came out and went to PSVR, even though they were essentially the lowest fidelity, they were basically the Nintendo Switch of VR. You know what I mean? Like, they were the lowest end VR experience you could really get technically. By the time it was all said and done, but so many people had PlayStation 4s that PSVR is like, you're gonna sell more copies of any game that comes out on PSVR then you're likely to want anything else. We also had that Meta 2 headset leak because somebody
saw that
left that joint in their hotel room.
Like, I understand, you forget some things sometimes, but like I do the double check. My electronics is like the number one thing that I am not going to leave behind.
Yeah, how do you leave that? That's just terrible. How do you
that's one of those things, man, where it's like you're clearly like in a rush, like you about to miss your plane.
Yeah, like I don't care how do you look around in the room, because everybody does that last look around the room before they leave a hotel room. Like, I got everything to check, and you don't miss that thing sitting right there.
Big old gigantic casing that thing is probably in as well too. Like,
I'm assuming they probably had it tucked away. You know what I mean, or something like that, so that it was like not something that like when housekeeping came into the hotel room or something like that, they wouldn't see it and it possibly walk away. I'm gonna assume they probably had it tucked away, and then they had it tucked away it
tucked away from themselves.
Exactly. Yeah. Look, I feel like for them to do a God of War State of Play, it should be God of War focused. So I'm gonna be honest. While it wouldn't surprise me if we see God of War here, I'm not expecting it. I think God of War deserves its own time to shine, and that's probably not gonna come until towards the end of October, like somewhere near where they're ready to release the game, because I feel like I would like to think that they would dedicate God of War, a full State of Play to it, like they've done with other games. So I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure what it is we're gonna see here, but I'm certainly intrigued.
Definitely.
I'm hoping there's more to it than what we saw with Nintendo earlier today.
I was actually okay with Nintendo's. Actually, we'll talk about that later, but it's actually okay with theirs.
I mean, I was okay with it. It was okay. It was okay.
I guess maybe I should say a little bit better than normal. I think that'll be the way to say it. But
we'll talk about better than okay.
Yeah, a little bit. It was a little better than what I normally expect from Nintendo. I'll say it that way.
Was it? Okay. I mean, again, we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
We'll table that discussion for Loading Snacks Weekly later this evening.
All right, we got 30 seconds. I'm gonna turn the volume up just a little bit for us.
Yeah. Final Fantasy 16, y'all?
No. I think they're gonna open with like Street Fighter or something. I don't think they're gonna come out with like something. I think they're just gonna hit us like Street Fighter off the break.
No Final Fantasy 16 at all.
I think
they gotta say something for TGS, right? TGS in a couple weeks. Still got Paris Games Week coming. Like,
true.
All right.
Guess we're gonna find out.
Ratings all over the place. I don't think this is Street Fighter.
Could be.
Oh, I was in the right realm though.
Hey, look,
I was in the right
realm. The words literally came out of my mouth. Is this Tekken when I saw them standing across from each other?
Fight.
I mean, get up, Jen. What's up, Kristen? That devil gin.
Stay tuned.
I mean, that's all they give you.
It's official. Tekken 8 is coming to the PlayStation 5 console courtesy of our battle-hardened friends at Bandai Namco Entertainment.
We already knew about that, so.
Now, let's check in on 2 games in development for PlayStation VR 2.
From Galaxy's Edge now. That actually could be pretty interesting.
Well, let's see.
The story I was telling, it was about a certain droid repair tech who had no business getting into this kind of trouble. But there they were, standing against evil wherever it popped up.
I think there are a few new items on the shelves that might catch your eye.
The locals can be a little rough on tourists, but it's nothing you can't handle.
The first order on Batu. Surely we can count on you now.
Oh, hello, my friend.
Hey. PlayStation State of Play.
Okay.
Well, now that's interesting.
Ready for
When is PlayStation VR coming out? VR 2
I don't think it has. I don't think it has a date.
I'm just saying that joint said 2023. In development, 2023. So
At this point, I would say like mid next year if they're trying to do that. At the earliest.
I know one thing. Captain
back to the abyss.
ain't even kind of right.
You will be destroyed.
I summon fire!
Okay.
Okay.
Demio brings the creativity and chaos of a tabletop RPG to PSVR 2. This next game is being rebuilt from the ground up and will be available outside of Japan for the first time.
Interesting. What game would that be?
Ooh, Samurai.
不思議な話もあったもんやな。時代を動かすはずの男が時代遅れの男に切られ
Is it?
Is this what
しかもこの世に存在しない
I think it is. Yes, but it's the
もう一人の自分に切られることに
it's
な
the
るんや
joke they do in like feudal Japan that's never been out over here.
なあ坂本龍馬さんよ
Oh!
Yep.
I had no idea about this.
Oh, I've been heard about it. I didn't think we were ever gonna get it.
Yo, turn off those closed captions. There's something wrong with it. Like, messing with it. They're giving us. Turn off the closed captions. Just put the off on them on the YouTube channel. Yeah.
February 2023. Done. It is coming home. When do I pre-order?
That's weird. I don't even want to be full screen now. Oh, look at this.
Hello, Madam Mason. I understand you have a shop to sell.
Hogwarts.
I think you will find my terms quite generous.
What's the catch?
You are wise to be wary.
Why is your mistress selling the shop?
She has had rotten bad luck with the last few tenants.
Those who came before you just could not seem to escape the darkness. Will you?
And it's not even gonna lie though, like full-on horror movies that the Wizarding World could be.
Watch your step.
Hogsmeade, of course, exclusive quest for PlayStation.
February is shaping up to be quite heavy for gaming.
Oh, this is Wolverine? No. No, I thought that was that bar for a second.
Warning. An instability front is approaching. Take immediate shelter in a stabilized area. Locations impacted include sectors Delta and Echo.
After all these years, call her now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Nope.
Survive a ride from hell in Pacific Drive, the debut game from Ironwood Studio. Up next, let's check in on PlayStation Stars, a loyalty program rolling out soon.
Hi everyone, I'm Grace Chen. Not long ago, we announced our brand new loyalty program called PlayStation Stars. It's designed to celebrate you, the players. It will be free to join PlayStation Stars. As a member, you can complete various activities to earn points that can be redeemed for rewards. Digital collectibles are a highlight of the program. These are digital representations of things that PlayStation fans love. Today, I'm pleased to give you a sneak peek at some examples of our digital collectibles. Whether it's a beloved game character or a cherished device from Sony's innovative history, there will always be something new to collect and show off to your friends.
I mean, I still got my PS3. Yeah,
And
I still got my
have more good
PlayStation 3,
news.
so I'm good.
PlayStation Stars will begin to roll out in some regions in Asia, starting in late September. It will launch in the Americas and Europe in the weeks that follow. That's it for now. Check PlayStation blog to learn more about PlayStation Stars.
成功。ジェネレーター出力異常なし。基礎巡航プログラム異常なし。おはようございます。今日もしっかりと稼ぎましょう。栄養採掘ポイント近いです。これは レアサイズのものです。高熱源体接近、データベースにない新種のエンダーズと思われます。所属不明機よりロックオン、緊急迎撃システム起動。標的ではありますが、我々の本気を見せてあげま。高エネルギー反応、対象から攻撃来ます。お、やりすぎちゃいました。おはようございます。さあ、
こんな刺激的な朝は初めてだ。
Sinduality.
Seems like we're not going to see anything for this year.
These next two intense action games are PS5 console exclusives. Let's take a look.
그날은 갑자기 찾아왔지. 그놈들은 무자비했고 인간들은 무력했어. 인류는 형편없이 무너져갔네.
자이오니아, 버려진 자들의 도시지. 전성기에는 10만 명 이상이 살았던 곳이야.
와, 황무지 아래 건설한 도시라니. 여긴 무덤인 건가요?
아니, 이곳의 주민들은 에너지 고갈로 잠들어 있는 거야. 이대로 간다면 영원한 어둠뿐이지.
Matrix.
이봐, 우리를
I
도와줘.
think we've seen the trailer for this before. This is just.
조심해. 리스팅되지 않는 네이트고야.
This wasn't this.
아담, 뒤로 물러나.
This is another. This was second trailer. I remember looking at it and being like, this one looks like something like Bayonetta.
절대적이야. 이 레거시는 믿을 수 없어요. 그렇죠? 그렇다고 말해줘요.
여기 있는 누구도 그 손길이 닿은 적은 없어. 모두 버려진 거야.
그건 신상 모독이에요. 릴리, 부탁해. 난 이러기 위해 태어난 거야.
Okay.
콜로니의 천사여, 이번에는 우리를 구원할 수 있겠는가?
Great, that's IE.
Koei Tecmo.
Koei Tecmo. That's interesting.
Oh?
After 3 centuries of the Tokugawa's repressive rule, the black ships appeared without warning, and our nation began to tear itself apart. Those who cleave to the past, those who embrace the new, and the Ronin, a warrior free of all masters and bonds.
Ooh. Yo.
I will watch over you all as your blades carve a new future.
I feel like they hit what Assassin's Creed was kind of doing in Japan a little before they did.
Your time has come.
This got a little more Tenchu / Bushido
as
Blade. I don't know if you know anything about Bushido Blade, bro.
Ronin. Never played it. Rise of the Ronin.
Like,
woo!
PlayStation 1 for Extra Life.
Jesus, 2024. Oh, we ain't getting that in no time soon.
Experience an era of great change and upheaval in Rise of the Ronin, a sprawling action RPG from Team Ninja. Before we wrap up, we've got one more update for you.
One more update for us.
God of War.
Oh.
Oh my God, console? Or just the controller?
It better be just a controller. You can't get the console.
Hey, they would do something like that. I mean, at this point, it would just be the side plates. If that's that's not how you close out the show.
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
That is not how you close out the
That
show.
joint is weak.
It is. It is weak.
That joint is weak.
Everyone keeps secrets.
Okay, so
Sometimes it's the only way to protect the ones we love.
I know you. God Killer. What is it you want from me? Is it a god of war you came to find?
You don't really want war, do you, Kratos? All that blood on your hands? On your son's hands?
What is it you will not tell me?
I can't talk about it, but I just need you to trust me.
We follow your every whim.
But you don't believe in any of it.
And still I follow. Because all that matters is that you are safe.
But that's not all that matters. Who's keeping you safe?
I do not need you to protect me.
You sure about that?
Pretender God! For the old father!
Death can have me when it earns me.
What do you even know of God's word? In your lifetimes, has anyone ever worshipped you? Ever prayed to you? Can you even imagine that kind of love? No! You don't care about anything beyond yourself. Beyond the monster who kills without cause.
Fate only binds you if you let it. Do what is necessary. Not because it is written.
Battle with the homie Thor. Y'all know what day that is?
And that's
Special
the show.
day,
God
son.
of
Just a
War
special
Ragnarok
day, you know,
comes to
just,
PS5
you know,
and PS4 on November 9th. See you next time.
That joint shaping up to be. I'm scared that joint is not gonna live up. I'm so scared, yeah.
I know.
That first God of War joint is easily the best. That's not easily, but it's the best game of last generation. That joint is a threat. Hey man, let's talk about it. Let's squawk about it. Jokes, what are your thoughts?
Man, like it's God of War. Like you said, like at first I thought if they were gonna close out with a God of War controller, and that's how you're gonna end the show, I was about to be like,
that would have been bad.
That would
It needed to be a way better looking controller than that one.
But I mean, it was meh. Like it's cool. There's new stuff on the horizon, but none of it I would say has been like the stuff that you really want to look forward to. God of War obviously was the biggest thing that was on the suit. Tekken 8, I will give that. I mean, we already knew about Tekken. Just I kind of figured we weren't going to get too many things new, and the ones that we got new were kind of like, nah.
See?
I thought it was okay. I saw a couple things that I liked. I figured they would close it with God of War and we would get a date. So we got that November 9th. Hooray.
Well, we already had the date.
Okay. But I liked I like Stellar Blade. I liked what I saw from that. You know what I'm saying? We now have an actual name for it instead of Project Eve. Rise of the Ronin, that definitely has my interest peaked. I will be looking forward to getting that whenever it comes out, 2024, 2025. If it gets pushed back, you know how it goes.
I'm going 2025, Sam.
Yeah, so we won't see that no time soon. So, you know, saw it, cool. We know it's coming, whatever. Sin Duality has my interest peaked. I want to see a little bit more of that. And you already know that Like a Dragon, you know, Shogun thing. Like I'm 150% here for it. Just instead of February, just give me a date so I know when to take off, so I can start playing it. So
It's a part of me that wants that joint to not be stupid. Like there's a part of me that just wants them to go all in on like the seriousness of like feudal Japan. Yakuza, sword fight. Like I like. No,
you don't want the side missions.
Don't throw me in like a little old school karaoke bar.
You gonna go play baseball in the middle of feudal Japan?
You just want the story and not the side mission parts, because the stories on all of them are always just like that, just hardcore and serious. Then the side missions, it gets, you know, they have fun with the side stuff that you do in the game.
I mean, I guess even the main characters that you get in the joints, like a dragon. I mean, the conversations that that joint's silly. It's good. I like it, but it's there's a part of me that wants them to actually treat this joint like the trailer they just showed.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that the game is going to be like the trailer they just showed.
Nah, it's gonna be just like
it will be like seeing that trailer and then walking in and getting and then getting like Thor Ragnarok. Being like, wait a minute. It'd be like showing the trailer for Planet Hulk and then getting Thor Ragnarok. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's just gonna be like all the other Yakuza jumps. I'm 100% sure.
I'm sure. That's why I'll be on the sidelines waiting for that joint to hit Game Pass.
Game Pass.
Game Pass. Yeah, look, I'm looking at this list, right? I think the best thing we saw was Tekken 8.
Mm-hmm.
Stellar Blade looks dope though. Rise of the Ronin also looks like it's got some potential to be. I just have to see what that is, like what direction they go, because it could very easily fall into that trope of like trying to be a Dark Souls-y kind of game. I don't want that. You know what I mean? Like, just go ahead, let me get that straight up action story, you know, whatever. But don't try to make it a Souls-like
type,
which just seems to be the trap everybody's falling into now. I want Team Ninja. Give me Ninja Gaiden. Like, just give me. Like, it can be hard. Like, Ninja Gaiden is hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me that. I'm cool with that. But, you know, still that's so far away. Tekken 8. You know what? I shouldn't say is the best thing we saw. I think it's the most impressive thing we saw.
Mm-hmm.
Tekken 8 looks incredible. I don't know what. Looking at Tekken 8 makes Street Fighter 6 look like a child did it.
Yeah.
Like, I hate the way Street Fighter looks now, like just the big and bulky and kind of like, but Tekken looks like they're fighting in CG. Like it just looks like there really was no difference between what looked like cinematic and what was the fighting. Like that joint looked like if the actual fighting in that joint looks like that, they won. Like they just like it's over. You like everybody else better just call Arc System Works and make all their joints look like anime.
Hey,
so that they can, because that joint is killing it. I would love to get a virtual fighter that looked like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, it was cool. The Star Wars joint for PSVR looks. Here's my problem with the stuff that I keep seeing, and again, VR space is still so like experimental. It's just like they feel still more like experiences than they feel like full on games. Not that there's not a game there, but it's kind of like
something about Tekken
having just come from Disneyland, from being at Star Wars Galaxy. Like it very much reminds me of a ride you go in, you wait in line for 2 hours, and you sit down for 40 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like a minute and 30 seconds, and you kind of play this quick, kind of really cool thing that you're flying through something, which is great for an experience in the moment, having an experience. But in terms of like what we're used to with games and gaming as gamers, that, you know, give me something to come back to and consistently be in and dive into. Like it doesn't quite have that. It still feels like a very quick kind of an arcade experience is what it seemed more like. And that doesn't mean that there's not more to it, but like what you're doing in it, like if you look at just kind of the way they kind of, you know, quick little shots here and like how you fight this thing here, it just kind of feels like it's a one-off, and there's not a lot of thought given to the way you act. It doesn't have Half-Life Alex looking appeal and thought to the way that you do combat and that kind of stuff.
So apparently after they did the trailer for Tekken 8, apparently another joint dropped, and that joint definitely says it's coming to the Series X.
Oh yeah, well Tekken 8 we know is going to be on everything because they, you know, they announced it. They went through all of those joints up front, and then even the Hogwarts Legacy one, they said, you know, that they were really talking about the exclusive, exclusive like story mission or whatever.
Yeah, for pre-order.
So clearly it's coming to other stuff, and we didn't get into stuff that was. I mean, they said PS5 exclusive until we got to Stellar Blade, Rise of the Ronin, and then Ragnarok. Were the things. I'm interested to see how this PlayStation Stars thing really, you know, how that really plays out, how that's going to work, and whether or not it is going to be something that sticks or really matters. I think it's a good idea. I think it's cool and / important to give people something for playing in your ecosystem. So I mean it's not super different from having Game Pass, and Game Pass giving you additional discounts and, you know, stuff you can download or whatever. We'll have to see what that is, but there's a high probability of a certain level of backlash when it's like, hey, one of the things that you'll get is like digital stuff, and it's like, what is it? They look like NFTs to me.
That's what it looks like.
They didn't say it. They called them digital collectibles.
Yeah,
that just sounds to me like
here's your digital
they
PlayStation
just didn't
3.
say NFTs.
Yeah,
which you know, the gaming, regardless of what you think of them or what they mean or what they do, the gaming community has been 1,000% against NFTs. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how that turns out. Any other final thoughts, gentlemen?
No, I've said my piece on this state of play. Like I said, I thought it was okay.
Nothing much here. I mean, none of with the exception of God of War. I mean, we're not getting our hands on any of these titles. So at the earliest next year, when we take some of those releases as a grain of salt, even though they do say 2023. But
and like you said earlier, Gage, we're getting a lot of Februarys rolling around. So expect things to get shifted and moved and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, stuff's getting pushed out, bro. No two ways about it.
That's the expectation now.
Like, yeah. Once you start seeing a month getting cluttered, it's like, okay, stuff's about to start moving a little bit. Yeah.
Facts. All right. Well, we got snacking and hanging and recording a little bit before we go live this evening for Loading Snacks Weekly at 8:30. So thank you to those who did tune in to watch us do this. And we'll see you this evening for Loading Snacks Weekly. That we're out. Toodles loose.